Hey guys, Cam here from PhoneDog.com, and this is the BlackBerry Passport. And one of the most interesting features of this brand new device by BlackBerry is the physical keyboard. Obviously, it's a part of the phones that BlackBerry's been known for ever since BlackBerry first started making smartphones years ago. But this one's a little bit special, so I wanted to make a video highlighting everything you can do with the keyboard so you can see how it works, what it's like to use, and hopefully give you a better idea as to why I think this keyboard is perhaps the most innovative thing that's hit the smartphone market for ages. Now, the keyboard itself is a 3-row physical keyboard. It's divided by metal frets, very much like the older ones were, at least the most recent Bold and the Q10. And it has the spacebar in between letter V and letter B on the bottom row. There's also a fourth virtual row that appears on the screen as you're typing. And this fourth virtual row adapts depending on which app you're using at the time, so you'll get punctuation marks and various other characters and things that you can do with it depending on which app you're using. Above this row you also get a row where you get 3 predictions for your next word. One on the left, one in the middle and one on the right. And to access this, all you need to do is to swipe up on the corresponding part of the keyboard to select that word. What I will say though is that it does need to be a quick swipe up. A slow one won't do anything. And this works because the keyboard is touch sensitive, and this touch sensitivity can be used for other tasks while you're typing as well. So swiping from right to left quickly will delete your last word. Swiping down brings up a huge selection of special characters and numbers. To use the special characters on the screen, you can do it 2 ways. You can either tap it on the screen or press the corresponding button on the physical keyboard. While you're typing, if you double press the spacebar, you get a full stop or a period, and that's pretty normal these days. A long press on a button will turn it into an uppercase, and if you hold it for a little while longer, you get special accents on that letter. So if you're using a vowel in a foreign language, or if you're just using a vowel in a word that needs an accent, pressing and holding it will give you option to use that accent. And if you want to select a specific accent, you just tap on the button that you're using and scroll through the options until you get to the one you want. Now, while you're typing and creating emails or text documents or messages, if you wanted to edit the actual text on the screen, you can do so. There are a couple of ways of doing this. If you just tap on the screen, you get the loop feature, like a little magnifying glass. And you can control where this is by swiping your thumb around on the keypad. A double touch on the keypad will dismiss the loop completely. On the left or the right of the loop, you've got arrows which you can touch on the screen to make it go to the next letter, either to the left or to the right. And to skip a line upwards or downwards, you can press the top or the bottom of the circle. You can also drag the loop around the screen using the tab with your finger on the screen. Now, if you want to select text on the screen using the loop, all you have to do is put it where you want it to begin with. Press and hold the Shift key on the virtual row on the bottom of the screen, and then swipe your thumb around on the keypad, on the physical keypad, and then you'll see that it gradually highlights words and lines as you're doing it. Now, you can also press and hold on the screen to highlight specific words, and then you can move the selection points to select whichever portion of your document that you want to cut or copy or paste. Now, while the keyboard is great for typing and for moving things around because it's touch sensitive, you can also use it in other apps to scroll up and down lists. Or if you're in the web browser, you can scroll up and down the page. It works in virtually every app, whether it's messaging and you're scrolling through a conversation, or your email inbox or you're scrolling through the hub. It works in virtually every app that's built into the BlackBerry phone. It's really, really useful, and once you get used to it, it's actually very productive and quick. You can access settings for predictions and things like that, or you can add languages to your keyboard, and then you can change them while you're typing by pressing the little globe icon that appears on the virtual row on the screen. So as you can probably tell, there's a lot you can do with the keyboard on the BlackBerry Passport, and yes, it may not seem like the most intuitive way to type. There's a lot to get used to. There's a lot of new things and gestures, controls that you need to learn, especially if you're used to iPhones and Android devices. In fact, even if you're used to BlackBerry devices, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get used to. But once you've spent a day or two getting your head around it, working through it, actually it's really, really nice to use. I've been Cam. I'm at PhoneDog_Cam on Twitter. You can follow me on there. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I will see you again soon.